Hey review family, keep it, I keep it time. My name is Jay Morris, the review guy, reviewing music for the love of music, and I'm back again to bring you another video. And in this one, I'm going to be covering the new 4Giants record entitled There. This is a brand new record from a long-distance duo based out of Brooklyn and Chicago, a progressive metal instrumental duo that caught my ear for the first time with this record. As an avid follower of both progressive music and gent, as well as instrumental music, I have been aware of these guys for years, but There is the first release from their canon that particularly wowed me. Instrumental music literally has to stand on its own 2 feet. Without a core foundation that lets it breathe and sing in its own right, it literally can't function. In my opinion, in the past, 4Giants strung together tracks that seemed like the instrumentals to songs that already existed and scatterbrained ideas, as opposed to tracks that felt like their own little movements, their little blips on the radar, that amounted to an entire album. But I'm very happy to report that There is practically ear candy for fans of prog music and bands that have more of an expansive gent-influenced sound. This is definitely for fans of bands such as Periphery, Invent Animate, Era. Also very comparable to Animals as Leaders, another instrumental-only progressive metal band that is very gent-influenced and employs those same rich and atmospheric textures. In the span of one track alone, 4Giants on this record can carefully, meticulously bring together a variety of moments that invoke so many separate emotions but string together like a ball of yarn unweaving before your very eyes. They will seamlessly transition from heavy to soft, atmospheric to blunt and in your face, tapping to chugging, slow to fast. But I will say, some tracks here, I can definitely envision a clean or harsh or both vocalist on it, and it sort of leaves me yearning and wondering what it would sound like, because I can already hear how well a vocalist would sound on certain instrumentals. Help Is Not Coming and Bartending for Ghosts are examples of this, and specifically a track like Church, where the riffs are structured, especially the core riff, in a way that can feel gratuitous and too overworked without much else being presented in comparison to other tracks. But other times, you just do want an album without vocals to just relax to, an aesthetic, a vibe. I think the band Chon is a great example of that. While admittedly they are much more jazzy and funky, I think that is an apt comparison. While some tracks greatly benefit from the aesthetic and vibe analogy I just made, other tracks can leave me itching for something more, and I don't know if it's a vocalist, I don't know if it's more in the way of instrumentation as a whole or micro progressions, but a great idea in the future would maybe be to, on certain tracks, have a guest vocalist or another band member or another artist hop on a track to make it a different type of track than it already is. I think that could not only separate track from track, but also put some spice into the formula that would be really awesome to see, because a vocalist would kill so many of these tracks, especially guests that are very experienced, as opposed to a mainstay vocalist that would be present on every single track. With that said, a song like How to Die just slaps me so hard, with that tapping riff alongside drum lines that are relatively minimalistic and pretty simplistic by average gent standards, but sort of satisfy the writhing need for a groove that you can't help but bob your head to. And the track Wood and Vine boasts the prettiest atmosphere on any track here, in my opinion. And I have found that when 4Giants turn their sound more somber, low-key, drifting, melancholic, it's when they're at their peak. Their way of constructing beauty and letting these instruments sing their own tunes is impressive. And I think that's when they're at their best, in the moments I enjoy most on this record and the tracks I enjoy most on this record. But they've really found their footing here more than ever before. These tracks are equal parts beautiful and heavy, and at times harrowing. At times, yes, I can find myself wanting a little bit more from any given track, but a stark contrast to that is how when this album is good, it is fucking good. Low points can feel pretty boring, but the high points feel wonderful, blissful. I commend the balance work and how far the band has come in writing strong material and crafting each song. And the fact that production is just so crisp and audible given how little they have to work with is also really nice. Because examining it at any point, it is a minimalist world in this mix, and it's fascinating what they're able to do with that. whether that be with effects or just how they mix a riff or a drum line. This is just a great stepping point for the band, one that really excites me for the future. While it's not perfect and some tracks can leave a little bit to be desired, whether it be vocals or simply more progressions or intricacies to set itself apart, this is a nice little proggy, djenty instrumental record to just sit back and groove to and let the aesthetic wash over you. And sometimes that's all you want and all you need. I'm going to be giving this album a 7 out of 10. And that is a wrap. Have you heard this new 4 Giants record, There? If you have, let me know in the comment section below what you thought about it. I would love to discuss it with you. Be sure to like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to join the review family today, and smash that notification bell to be notified of my future uploads. You know who it is. My name is Jay Morris, the Review Guy, and I'm signing off saying farewell.